Between stimulus and response, there is a 0.5-second gap. In that half-second lies your entire future, and most men waste it. Every single day, your emotions hijack you. Someone cuts you off in traffic, rage, your boss criticizes you, defensiveness, your partner says something wrong, explosion, you react before you even think, and those reactions, they're costing you everything, your relationships, your career, your mental health, your respect. But 2,000 years ago, the Stoics discovered something extraordinary, and today, neuroscience confirms it. There's a microscopic gap between what happens to you and how you respond. And if you can master that gap, that half-second window, you become emotionally unbreakable. Welcome to Prime Theory. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to control your emotions using a technique that's backed by both ancient philosophy and modern neuroscience. This isn't about suppression. This isn't about becoming cold. This is about becoming powerful. And it all happens in 0.5 seconds. Let's decode the psychology. Here's what happens when something triggers you. Let's say someone disrespects you. That information hits your amygdala, your brain's emotional alarm system, in about 12 milliseconds. That's faster than you can blink. Your amygdala doesn't think, it just reacts. Fight or flight, attack or defend. It floods your body with cortisol and adrenaline. Your heart rate spikes, your muscles tense, your rational brain goes offline. This is called an amygdala hijack, and in that moment you're not in control. Your ancient survival brain is. It's designed to keep you alive when a tiger attacks, not to help you navigate modern social situations. But here's where it gets interesting. In 2010, neuroscientists at the National Institutes of Health used magnetoencephalography, a tool that measures brain activity in milliseconds, to map exactly how emotions unfold. And they discovered something the Stoics predicted 2,000 years ago. There are two phases of emotion. Phase 1, the first spark. This is automatic, unavoidable, you can't control it. The Stoics called this propathē, the initial involuntary reaction. Modern science calls it the primary emotion response. This is the lightning before the storm. Your body tenses, your pulse quickens. But, and this is critical, this is not yet a full emotion. It's just a warning signal. Phase 2, the choice. Between that first spark and your full emotional response, there's a gap. Scientists measured it, approximately 0.5 seconds, half a second where your prefrontal cortex, your rational brain, can step in. The Stoics called this second phase pathē, the judgment that transforms an impulse into an actual emotion. Modern psychology calls it cognitive appraisal, and here's the breakthrough. You don't control phase 1, but you do control phase 2. That 0.5 second gap, that's where freedom lives. The Stoics understood this 2,000 years before we had brain scanners. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, wrote, Seneca wrote, "The mind can be struck by the first movement of emotion, by pallor, a quickening heartbeat, a trembling voice, but these are not passions, only warnings of them." They knew, the first reaction is involuntary, but the second, that's where you choose who you become. Think about where Stoicism was forged. These weren't armchair philosophers. Marcus Aurelius led armies during a plague that killed millions. Epictetus was born a slave and suffered brutal hardship. Seneca advised emperors in a court of assassins and betrayal. They needed emotional control to survive, so they developed a system. It comes down to 3 principles. Principle 1, distinguish what you control from what you don't. You don't control what happens to you. You do control how you interpret it. Principle 2, pause before responding. That 0.5 second gap is your superpower. Don't collapse it, widen it. Principle 3, reframe the event. Ask, is there another way to see this? What would a wise person think about this situation? Alright, let's get practical. Here's exactly how you use the 0.5 second gap to control your emotions.
Step 1, name the emotion immediately. The moment you feel triggered, label it. Out loud if possible. I'm feeling angry. I'm feeling defensive. I'm feeling disrespected.
UCLA neuroscientist Matthew Lieberman proved that the simple act of naming an emotion reduces activity in your amygdala, the part of your brain that triggers emotional reactions, by up to 50%. Just by saying, "I'm angry," you activate your prefrontal cortex and engage rational thought. The Stoics called this observing your impressions. Neuroscience calls it affect labeling. Both work.
Example: someone cuts you off in traffic. You feel rage rising. Instead of reacting, you say, "I'm feeling angry right now." Instantly, you've created distance. You're no longer consumed by the emotion. You're observing it.
Step 2. Take the 3-second pause. Before you speak, before you act, count to 3. Breathe. This physically interrupts the amygdala hijack and gives your prefrontal cortex time to engage. Seneca wrote, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." Modern neuroscience confirms it. The longer you wait between trigger and response, the more rational your response becomes. This is the difference between reacting and responding. Reaction is automatic. Response is chosen. Example: your boss criticizes your work unfairly. Reactive response: "That's not true, you're wrong." You've just escalated the situation and damaged your reputation. Responsive approach: 3-second pause. "I'm feeling defensive. Why?" Then, "I appreciate the feedback. Can you help me understand specifically what needs improvement?" Same situation, completely different outcome, all because of 3 seconds. Step 3. Reframe the interpretation. Events are neutral. Your interpretation creates the emotion. So change the interpretation. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Translation: the story you tell yourself about what happened, that's what creates suffering. Someone criticizes you, don't think they're attacking me. Think they're giving me information about how to improve. Your project fails, don't think I'm a failure. Think I just learned what doesn't work. Someone disrespects you. Don't think I need to defend my ego. Think their behavior says more about them than about me. Let's address the elephant in the room. Some men think emotional control means suppression. They think it makes you weak, passive, soft. That's completely backwards. Suppression is weak. It's pretending you don't feel anything and hoping it goes away. That's denial. And denial destroys you from the inside. Studies show chronic emotional suppression leads to anxiety, depression, heart disease, and weakened immune function. Bottling emotions is toxic. But emotional control, that's power. Emotional control doesn't mean you don't feel. It means you feel fully, but you don't let feelings dictate your actions. You experience the emotion, observe it, and then choose how to respond. Look at the most successful, respected men in high-pressure environments. Navy SEALs, elite athletes, top CEOs, emergency room doctors, special ops soldiers. They all have one thing in common. They feel fear, anger, and stress just like everyone else. But they've trained themselves to pause, assess, and respond strategically. That's not weakness, that's mastery. Marcus Aurelius wasn't weak. He led the most powerful empire in history through plague, war, and betrayal. Epictetus survived slavery. Seneca navigated a court of murderers. These were the strongest men of their time because they controlled their emotions. Emotional control is a muscle. You don't build it overnight. You train it daily. Here's how. Practice. 1. Morning premeditatio malorum, negative visualization. Every morning spend 2 minutes imagining challenges you might face that day. Someone might criticize you. Traffic might be terrible. A project might go wrong. The Stoics called this premeditatio malorum, premeditation of evils. By mentally rehearsing challenges, you prepare your emotional response in advance. When they actually happen, you're not blindsided. You've already trained for it. Practice 2. Evening reflection, daily review. Seneca wrote, "When the light has been removed, I examine my entire day and go back over what I've done and said, hiding nothing from myself, passing nothing by." Every night, review your day. When did you lose control? When did you react instead of respond? What triggered you? What could you have done differently? This isn't about shame. It's about data. You're debugging your emotional operating system. Practice 3. Cold exposure, voluntary discomfort. The Stoics practiced voluntary hardship to build resilience. Modern version, cold showers, ice baths, training fasted. Why? Because discomfort is where control is built. Every time you willingly face something uncomfortable and maintain composure, you strengthen your ability to control your response. You're proving to yourself, I can handle this. I don't have to react. Here's what you need to understand. Emotional control isn't about becoming a robot. It's about becoming the person who doesn't waste his power on reactions he'll regret. You'll still feel anger, fear, frustration, but you won't be controlled by them. Because in that 0.5-second gap between trigger and response, you'll remember, I have a choice here. The Stoics knew it. Neuroscience proves it, and now you know it too. This is Prime Theory. We decode the psychology that separates the strong from the weak. Subscribe for weekly breakdowns of the principles that actually work, not the motivational garbage that sounds good, but leads nowhere. Next, watch the dark psychology of frame control, how high-value men dominate any situation. This is the psychological framework that lets you maintain control in any social interaction. Click now. Remember, you don't control what happens to you, but in that 0.5-second gap you control everything that matters. Train it, master it, own it. I'll see you in the next one.